Greetings. This is an excerpt of a podcast that I did with Kurt. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you want to see the full episode, you can find the links in the comment below or check out my previous videos on the channel.
It's one of those where it's impossible for them to make it like now. I get what you're saying with if you cut a pass and you're there. Obviously, the pass cannot go through him, but that's what FIFA tend to do. So it's either they go to the other extreme. The passing, I remember in FIFA 16. I don't know if you remember FIFA 16. It was the hardest to get the ball to the player's feet, especially the striker or whoever it was out of any FIFAs that I've played. That's in a way the most realistic, but it's tough for them to get the right balance because then I add all the fact of its 6-minute halves and everything like that, and we cannot emulate real football. So the driven passes, for example, that's an argument in FIFA 18, right? To me, I enjoyed that because I have 6 minutes, a half. If my opponent wants to play slow, which in FIFA 18 they could have started to do, not as much as now, he's going to keep the ball for 3-4 minutes out of the 6. So in these 2 minutes that I have, I want to get the ball to my striker so I can go and score a goal. Now, that's why I love the driven pass. I'd whack it, and a lot of the times it was broken, 100%, but it increased the speed, right? So it's a balance with the passing where it's the toughest to get right for them, I think, because I wouldn't mind if either they just let you get the ball to the striker as often as you can, or they go to the other extreme and they make it super hard. You know what I'm saying? It's a weird one. Like it's the toughest one, I think. But I get what you're saying. If obviously you're blocking the passing lane, then yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's stupid, of course.
Yeah.
But it's not easy, the passing one. It's really not for them.
I'm with you on the whole time thing, but which is why I love the driven pass, and it was something that I always loved, and they made it worse by making it just bad, whereas it used to be good because it was pinpoint accurate if you were good with it. Like FIFA 17 driven pass was great, FIFA 16 driven pass was great, FIFA 18 pass, but they all had different outcomes because of how the passing actually worked. So like,
no, of course, I get that, yeah.
And also like, it's I don't want the more realistic thing that it's hard to get to I just want it to be like based around meritocracy, right? So like if you can get it fast to the striker because you're good at getting it, so be it. But if you're not, like especially in FIFA 18, that had a double whammy effect because it's all fine if you can get the ball to the striker easily, but FIFA 18 also had a huge like nutmeg issue. So like it was a double issue, you know what I mean? Like the drivens in 18 didn't work like in 17. Like you got driven from outside the box to the legs like it was nothing. So that amplified everything. Plus, in real life, midfielders don't have 360-degree vision. In FIFA, it does. So it's like you have vision, right? Because you're selecting a center mid defending, so it will never translate the same.
No, it won't. You're right, but this is the issue I have with these FIFAs now, right? So they've made it harder now to get the ball to the striker, right? Especially in the recent ones in 21 and 20, then in 18 because of the driven pass. But then what drives me insane is that these, especially the people that want to keep the ball, they can keep the ball all game, but then that pass down the wing, down the line, that is never ever wrong. That is that will never fail. So it's a balanced situation where I understand, like I told you, stuff for them. I think passing is the one I can sympathize with them because I think it's the toughest one for them to get it completely right. Because like I told you, if you go completely off real life, I mean, really, how many teams can string passes together, especially in the final third, with ease? It's almost impossible to do in real life, unless you're prime Barcelona. A lot of the times when you see an insane move, and if you watch me play my gameplay, like in real life, it's impossible to emulate. But that's what I'm saying, isn't it? It's like you need to find a difference and try and get the balance between both correctly. But it's not an easy one for them to get right. But in 18, with the driven passes, I thought they elevated the skill gap significantly, for sure. But as you said, there were issues with the max or with ricochets. You do driven pass and it ricochets of someone else and the ball falls to some other guy. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now when we talk about passing, looking back again at 18, we would take it for sure. Now we had no idea what would come afterwards. So like now it's like the passing now is not even comparable to that. Like it's a different.
Yeah, now this one I watch it. What is up with it? So it's almost like tough to make the simple ones on this, right? Forward passes, but then like they launch one from. What is up with that? I don't get it.
Dude, it is anti. Okay, so like football used to be like the same way in FIFA. In football, you're good because you have quick reaction, quick thought, quick decision making, crisp, and you just fast, right? Now I'm like half a second to a second slower because I have to think of the anti-pass. Like I have to account for the fact that my X pass could turn into a triangle, and I'm like, wait. Okay, no. That like, dude, it's insane. Like X is triangle, triangle's X. Everything's it's an actual mess, dude.
Mm.
You can't ping pong at the front anymore. Like if I have an opening, I should be able to go bing, 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 bing. You know what I mean? Like because it's all open and you're not covered.
But it seems harder to do those. But then I see these ones that are launched from the.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
You know what it is? Because you don't have to think. You just think like. If you think and you're fast at thinking, you're now slower because you see open pass, you connect them, but then you have to think, no, I can't do that. The game's going to change it and it won't work. But then if the pass is completely marked, the run is bad, it's going in a closed area, you full send it, you full charge your triangle, your Y, and not only will the pass go the complete opposite way to where you aimed, the game will tell, hey, psst, R9, change your run. And all of a sudden he does a run that you like, I didn't even know he was going there. No, it's insane. It's insane. It's insane.
I can't quite put my hand on it. I'll tell you that.
I mean, that's why. I mean, the best players right now aren't. Look, for me, football is beautiful because Messi, Maradona, R9. What do? They do the simplest things at the highest level. Like, you know what I mean? There's a reason why you want to win the Champions League. You get Messi in your team. And you don't go and you pick a freestyler who does juggles on the side of the road. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Because those guys make money at the circus, and then Messi makes money by playing football in real life. 100%. But now, you want to do the basics at a highest degree. That's also why I think there was a lot of intriguement on you, right? Because there was a meme. Yo, Kurt, what button are you pressing when you're dribbling? And you're like, dude.
That's the funniest question I've
This is all I have. Today, you know? This is all I have.
The funniest question.
So like when they see you and they're like, he's doing that and he has the exact same of plastic that I do, there's an interest. But now you ask, what are you doing? And the pros are all like, you know what I mean? Like that's it. That's what it is now. And
that is that's the direction I feel like they took the wrong approach in. Even I see they promoted the stuff where I don't even see many players doing it when I watch it now, but you know, the one where you select another player and you make him come towards you or you make him do the run. Hey, listen, how about instead of me having to do that, how about you get your AI to do that? You know, like that's what it's all about, you know? So and this is stuff you had in other FIFAs. And now you're overcomplicating things that you think you're creating a skill gap in doing, but really you're just overcomplicating a game. And what blows my mind is that they're doing all this stuff. The only explanation I can come up with is they're doing it for pros. They're doing it to increase the skill gap. Because if I'm a casual and I'm seeing all of this nonsense introduced, like you are ruining the game when you add all of this stuff. I think I can't even imagine. Like I wish I need to ask like my dad or something to one time like just come on and play. He used to play FIFA in the old times. If he comes on now and like sure he can just play the basic way, but if he sees what the stuff you can do, he's like, what's going on here? This is football. Why are we overcomplicating all of this stuff? You know. So and that's the problem in it. Like it started with FIFA 19. It started with the keeper movement. It started with the time finishing, and then. We've still come to this point. It's a direction that it's the complete wrong one, and it's a shame because they're wasting so much time, so many hours into the wrong areas, and into the even worse than that is that you overcomplicated it to the degree where it's sad because you're forgetting all the simple stuff as well now. So it's just so annoying, man. Like it's so many hours wasted, so much money wasted for what? You know, for what?
You know what it is? It's like, what bothers me, it's like, why are you trying to reinvent the wheel? You know? You have fundamentals. There was no issues with certain things. And now there's more issues. You know, who said, like, literally no one asked for player luck. You know, oh, it's a good idea, this. Dude, first of all, if you're playing anyone half decent, yeah, it's I guess it's intriguing that you can double click your analog stick, you select someone who's off the ball, you start playing pro clubs with yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you run around.
That's one way to put it. Playing pro clubs with yourself. I like
It's
that.
like, dude, okay, that's a fun extra tool, fine, but like there was no need. There was, yeah, because on paper you think, okay, now that you have to manually trigger every single run, so much skill gap, right? But it's not, because the net difference is this much. Because when you did have the 17 AI, which was insane, like the offensive AI, the runs were amazing, but you need the eyes to see them. One, you need the speed, you need to position yourself to create the angles, and the guy on the other end has a chance to defend it. He has second man press. He's got to cut the passing lanes.
Nah, that's the thing.